But now that we have arrived into the season of what our heart loves, we also have Venus retrograde. So, what we open up to is also doing a cosmic blitz. It's doing a dance, a divine dance. So, I do want to dive into a little bit about our heart center first before we dive into the meditation. So, the backside of our heart center, our energetic center, houses our beliefs about and around relationships. Our relationships with finances, the divine, our body, objects, even other living beings, dead or alive. And from this life or even previous lives or timelines, often I find the heart center is where we have chords, miasms, along with working with the earth star, nature, empathy, simultaneously.
Inshallah and Ashe. Yes, I've got a little cold happening. Something's going on, but earthly blessings to you. I should say the sun shining upon us, divine blessings. However, happy mystical Monday messages on the moon's day. As I'm still nipping and tucking away on the Witcher's Way to Manifestation, editing the ebook, The Core of the Core, we all manifest differently and very uniquely. Universal streams, personal streams, the divine pour. So if your heart, your sun, is nudging you to be a part of the Witcher's Way to Manifestation, be part of the beta, meaning the first of the first, to kind of kick it off, and going through the entire process, myself as a reflector, I realized I really need to cleanse my chalice. The energetic field, our auric field, Teflon, if you know anything about reflectors. But I do sense an energetic marker in my auric field. It's been kind of interesting. So I am returning that to where it hence came from and just recognizing where I do and do not belong doing this cosmic dance. Time and space, it kind of orbits in a way, people, places, situations, and all the things. So the moon is in the season of Libra right now. So we're kind of opening up to feel our heart because Leo's in the first house and we have Libra, the moon, transiting the third house, at least in the season of Leo, where our thoughts and emotions kind of are opening up, balancing between those, or maybe we're accepting a new feeling with an optimistic thought. So the heart center really opens up or starts to open up between ages 4.5 to 6.5. Just watch little kids, the childlike wonder, when their heart really opens and they learn about love. It's the relational empathy, loving themselves, doing some self-nurturing, self-care, self-love, and loving what they're creating. It really is that divine pour. It's a nectar. And we return to this part of ourselves every year during the season of Leo, that childlike wonder. The Merlin effect, which I also talk about, the Merlin effect, it's one of my favorites in Change Your Stars. And yes, you can communicate to your future self, the future self that is already in the reality that your heart really wishes to create and unfold into that manifestation. You can communicate to that version of yourself. So think about time as kind of a human construct, if you will. It's fluid, but just meaning that there's you in this reality right now existing, and already there's the you that exists in a reality where your future self is there right now. Kind of is a mind twist, if you will. But when that future self recognizes you in the now, like right now, that's when you are able to merge into that reality. So while you're using your current self, it is your current reality self already. That version of you exists now. So who else to give us amazing guidance than that version of ourselves? It's the higher self. It's our Sira, what we look like in the other world. And I am a child of wonder. I communicate regularly with that aspect, my future self, that version of me, myself, which even though I'm using the word future self is the me right now that knows the steps to take to be in that current reality. There are various ways to connect to this future self, this being that you are, and one of them is through channeling. I might have talked about this a week or so ago. I'm kind of reminiscing, but also journaling. I do morning pages every day. I tune in even at night, meditation, connecting to that part of myself, that being that really keeps in check, I should say. But also meditation. That could also be done with our eyes open, completely open. So that's kind of like a state of luminosity, kind of nirvana. So as you're looking into nature and connecting with those various aspects of nature, whether it's plants, hummingbirds, all kinds of birds, whatever, it doesn't really matter, trees, water flowing, the galaxy, but you can also communicate that way. Some people do it through hypnosis. So it's all of those kinds of things. Stilling our mind, quieting our mind, enough for us to get into that subconscious. The different brain states, if you will, which is our spirit self, which is what connects us to the collective consciousness, tapping into and receiving like direct frequency guidance from our future self. So I often connect with my future self, the self that I am to become, and I'm continually asking, like, what do I need to do? And sitting in silence and waiting to receive the answers, the memo, to be where I'm going or to get to who I am becoming. Being loving, being kind, being fluid, being wise, this other part of myself tells me what I need to do in this particular moment. But also, keep in mind that you can connect with your entire spirit team, your guides, your guardians of your galaxy, the great spirit, in the greater web of consciousness. It's fluid, which really is tapping into those universal streams of inner wisdom, ancient wisdom, into our spirit self. Sometimes the guidance is really simple and manifesting is really simple. It's a simple process if we get out of our own magical way, right? To create and manifest. I am also recording the full moon in Aquarius today, the meditation. I actually kind of recorded it yesterday. However, I just wasn't loving it to the degree that my heart really wanted to. So just unfolding ways to create personal self-care and initiating actions that really speak of ways or habits that create self-love, personal love streams. So find your way through connection to your future self. You can do it. Your future self really has the guidance because this version of you that we call our future self is already existing. And as you learn from the guidance of this being, this part of you, you unfold like a lotus and you merge into that same reality. So yes, you can communicate to your future self. Visualizing yourself as a self-love magnet, if you will, because we're in the season of Leo. This is our heart, and drawing in abundance of love, wealth, and even health. You know, I often muse that we can't buy health, how we treat ourselves, how we love on ourselves. And just remember, you are a radiant being made in the image of the greater universe creator, the image of goddess creator, the oneness, and you are worthy and deserving of that loving abundance, kind of united. So just remember that whatever or whenever you're manifesting something for yourself, there's a energy, frequency, vibration, the Baal Shem Tov, and it teaches that it's important to always keep in mind how you will be of soul service to others once this manifestation derived from your heart arrives. So if I'm drawing in financial abundance, deservership, feeling abundant, I really need to set an intention in advance for a charity, an organization that I will be actually donating to as a result of the money coming in. What does that look like? That would be like, for me, it's going to be more like society. It's something humanitarian. It might be something to heal the waters. I've been watching some stuff about the Great Salt Lake in Utah and what's happening there, which is disturbing to my energetic field. But love is the key, the power of love. The curator of loving what you are creating and manifesting assists in coming into fruition. That's one way to kind of pay the miracle forward, the miraculous. So try this for the first week of the season of Leo and watch as you become a magnet to your deepest heart's desires, to your wildest dreams, and repeat after me with your left hand on your heart. And I'm sorry if I sound congested, I kind of am, but with your left hand on your heart, I am magnetically attracting my desires. I love life, like you're percolating love, and life loves me. I am embodying my biggest, brightest version. I would even say my brilliant self, the brilliance of myself, like right now. And I receive abundance I receive abundance as I breathe in. So when you breathe in, you're breathing in streams of love, heartfelt abundance. And as you exhale, you're releasing fear, scarcity as you breathe out, knowing that you are ready. So just comment with a yes if you're feeling that. And it's like, so it is, so would it be. It's like you're affirming the destination. I would even pick a song. So when you hear the song or the sound, even, you could drum, it's activated. So it's like you're attracting that song seed sound. I hope that makes sense. And in quantum physics, all these possibilities exist in the present moment. We're seeing this all over the web, I guess. But most people's brains, I feel like we need to do a cleansing of our brain. Because our brains are anticipating the future based on something that's already happened in the past and not in the moment or not in the present. So what happens is it then requires some exercises, some training, some practicing to find ourselves present in the very moment and beginning to change our habits, where a habit takes on a life of its own. Our habits, right? Our thoughts, even our behaviors. And most people don't even know this, but there's an invisible energetic field, our auric field, around our body. I'm talking about cleansing the auric field because it takes things to go all the way through the auric fields before they actually land and manifest through our energy centers and then in our body. So cleansing the auric field, I think that's something we need to be more consciously aware of. So when you react to someone or something, we're kind of drawing from this field, this auric field. You in turn, you turn it into kind of, I want to say like chemtrails. Like I told you, I have an energetic marker. The energy, the subtle energy field around our body, instead of vibrating out, it kind of shrinks in. It makes it feel small. Yeah, it shrinks in. And then you are more matter and less energy. And I actually talk about this in the Energy Body Demystified. It's a matter of merging our energy body, our spirit, to the physical. And that's when manifestations are a lot easier because we're vibrating from our energy self more so than our physical self. And then we're more particles, we become less waves. And then most people, when you are matter, trying to change matter, that's why I got into the energetic skincare line. Energy, right? Energy shows up on levels of the skin. I've witnessed that for myself when my little boyfriend died, right? I went through that. So trying to change matter, we need energy. And you are always trying to force the outcome. You try to control the outcome, try to predict an outcome. So people often, we get kind of competitive. We hold on to things. Sometimes we try to manipulate. Sometimes we cheat. Sometimes we pull the rug out, betrayal, because it's the only way that we can get what we want. But in the quantum energetic field of reality, when you are truly present, embodied in the moment, when a person begins to really open up our heart, I'm talking about this because we're in the season of Leo, opening up our heart. That's when we can begin to sustain a different elevated frequency, emotion, vibration. Then we begin to broaden our energetic field and magnetize our medicine, monetize on it around the body. And it's huge. It's galactic large. Now, we're more energy than matter. That's what that entire energy body offer is all about. And a lot of people, it's the foundation really of understanding that we're more waves than particles. And we can exert more energy, frequency, vibration, vitality effects on our reality, those threads. So then think of when you can open up your heart, like dropping a pebble in water, we produce a ripple. And energetically, in the skincare line I use, even though I'm working on the face energetically, I'm still sending a ripple effect in through the entire body. The body is made up of more water. So we produce a ripple effect. And if we drop a bigger stone, a bigger energy, frequency, vibration, then we produce a bigger ripple. It's like creating our own sound waves, our own energy, frequency, vibration. And if we're able to sustain the frequency of the state that we keep producing I'm going to call them sound drops, actually. You keep dropping the same rock, the same sound over and over again. You then become your own amplifier, your own broadcast system of your own signature seed sound out into your energetic field, producing. So emotion is energy in motion. It's a magnetic energetic charge. And our intentions, our thoughts, that's the information that gets carried on the waves, which is fascinating all in itself. I've literally been seeing words in people's auric fields. Like it's almost like I'm reading their energetic field. I'm not even kidding. But when you combine a clear intention, clarity, with a higher frequency vibration emotion, I would say love, joy, peace, those are kind of the ones I gravitate to, happiness. You begin to produce an effect on the matter, the physicality. And then what happens, you see the thoughts that you think, they're kind of got an electrical charge. They're kind of a response in the quantum auric field, the ethereal. And the feelings that you emote are the magnetic charge in that energetic field. So how you think and how you feel creates linkings, but they are broadcasting, they are amplifying their own signature seed sound. It's like radios, when you tune into the radio frequency station. I hope I'm making sense. But an electromagnetic signature that influences every single little particle wave atom in your life. Since then, the thoughts send the signal out. The feeling draws the event back. That's why cleansing the auric field is so important. So if you're walking around your life, maybe you're feeling sorry for yourself, feeling like a victim. Maybe you feel like God universe hates you. You got the wrath of God. I know all about it. And you're broadcasting that signature energy, frequency, vibration out into your energetic field. You're going to create a lot more experiences to really suffer, which brings us to the surrendering, because we are not really punished by our sins. We are punished by our sins. So sin, I would say sin is something, I don't really feel like it even exists other than something that we create within our own field. It's kind of an attitude attraction. It's how we think and how we feel, especially if it's a lower vibration. So then when you cause people to kind of give up, there's 6 actually, but I can only remember a few of them right now, but it's guilt, shame, disgust, feeling unworthy, and teaching other people how to open up their heart and create kind of frequency, energy, vibration, sound waves in your brain, different states of brain awareness. Dream states is kind of where I'm dreaming now. In your heart space, that's where we're going to produce the miraculous, and handing things over to the Great Spirit, the universe, to always work in our favor and really connecting with that aspect of ourselves. It really does take time. It takes some training, some exercises, something you kind of have to practice. Like I said, I've been doing morning pages, and it takes some learning, the ability to open up and understand some new information. And a lot of, I want to go back to washing our brain, deprogramming ourselves into believing that we are limited. But if you're living by the hormones of stress, you probably have no vitality, you have no energy, you have no field, your force field is shrinking. Then you can produce an effect on matter. So life is about the management of energy, or the mismanagement of energy. And where you place your attention is where you place your energy. So if your intention is on things that are known, the predictable things, or your attention is on the familiar, so emotions of the past, you are siphoning in energy. Again, I'm going to call them chemtrails, energy out of the present moment, and you have no energy to create within your frequency, energy, vibrational field, which again goes back to our heart, because the heart has different chambers. We've got the high heart, the middle heart, the low heart, and then we have the physical heart. We even have, in Chinese astrology, we have our heart, we have the small intestine, red blood circulation, we have the triple warmer and the heart protector. So there's a lot to create with. So when you are able to do this practice very well, that's when you begin to do what's innately our first organic, I'm going to call it our energetic story vibration. And that's to create this unknown, otherworldly, wonderful experience in our day-to-day reality. So just take some practice in order to do it. Everything in the universe vibrates. Everything in the universe is energy. The energy you put out a high frequency vibration, a good vibration, a love vibration. The only thing that responds to a love vibration is another love vibration. You attract your equal. Where bad vibrations, lower vibrations, they're on a different frequency wavelength and they don't really mix together. That's why sometimes we push people out of our field, is because we're vibrating so high, and some people will come and attract to us because they want some of those percolating energy waves, the joy molecules, but they don't mix with each other. So that's just a part of the quantum physics, scalar waves, the universal streams, the physical streams. So you put out a vibration that you're going to get back what that vibration is. That's called a resonance field. So if inside yourself you're not a happy person, that's the energy you're broadcasting, and it gets amplified out, that the only person that's going to be affected by the unhappiness. So if somebody else is unhappy, that's what you're going to attract, because they're resonating on that same frequency vibration. So knowing that everything is made up of energy and vibration, here's how you can raise your vibration to match your desires. And I'm saying this because we're in the season of Leo, and it really is about raising our energy vibration. Acts of love for ourselves. So I've got some amazing little recommendations for you to really raise your vibration frequency, transforming all the things, whether it's health, whether it's your spiritual relationship with the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, whether it's thoughts that are more optimistic, positive, and even in the physical. Again, I sometimes feel like we don't pay attention to our health until it's been misused, mismanaged, okay? But these are simple practices that you can incorporate into your daily routine, and they're going to make really a world of difference. So first things first, you really need to kick your self-doubt, your self-fear, kick it to the curb, and release all these lower vibrations from your vibrational field in every possible way. So this is the foundation for manifesting anything that our hearts desires. And trust me, it does work wonders. But it's about diving into the daily practices that really elevate our frequency vibration. Even breath work, breathing deep, intentional breaths. It's a powerful way to bring your awareness to the present moment and center yourself, being in the center of your own universe, your own galactic universe. Then you want to spend time in nature. Now, some of you do know I sleep outside all summer long. I generally try to start in the spring, during the rain, and then into the fall until the snow literally falls. Nature is a natural, high vibrational, healing environment energy. So soaking up the sun, I can't be in the sun, but nature, I like just being out in nature and embracing the beauty of nature around us and feeling the energy frequency of the earth. It's truly rejuvenating, even just listening to the sounds of nature, ocean waves. I've got a creek I can hear at night. It's just magical. Movement, exercise, those are also key. Why? Because movement, the only way to move our lymphatic system is through movement. Like our heart beats by itself, breath work, we can tune into that. But our lymphatic system is the only system that doesn't move on its own. So movement really helps to release the stagnant energy, the toxicity in our bodies, and increases the circulation of energy within ourselves. And the reason I'm bringing up lymphatic circulation is because we're in currently an earth transition. So we always have earth in between every season before we go into the next. So we're in the season of the goat, which is very dry earth. And, it's stomach, it's spleen, it's digestion, stuff like that. But it's a transition. So, excuse me. So moving our energy circulation from within, but find a practice, a form of movement that really brings you joy, peace, and really get your body in motion. My sun, the degree of my sun is at the degree of Mars. So for me, it's all about cardiovascular. I have so much fire in my chart, I gotta move. And breath work. The opposing to fire is actually metal. It could be dancing, could be yoga, it could be a brisk walk on the treadmill, but the choice is yours. I find people doing yoga or call to yoga, that's more wood elemental, kind of needs yoga to still the vitality. So different elementals actually need different types of movement, which I also find pretty fascinating. And also, when it comes to music, choose tunes, tones, sounds that really uplift, energize your frequency vibration. It's not about specific sound frequencies, but rather whatever makes you feel alive and vibrant. And allow the music to resonate with your soul, your spirit, and elevate your energy. Now, here's something powerful as well, because we're in the season of Leo. It's about prioritizing self-love along with self-care. It's a game changer. So just by nurturing and caring for ourselves, putting the oxygen mask on ourselves first, that's where we gain access to higher levels of consciousness, being in the stillness. Even if you can tune into the frequency of moving water, that is like a refresher. It's refreshing to your soul in a way, but it's a profound way to connect with your true essence and expand your awareness. And last but not least is just being mindful of our thoughts and choosing daily thoughts that really reprogram our mind in an optimistic, positive way, and refrain from speaking or even joking negatively about yourself, or even allowing other people to project their negativity into your energetic field. I'm very hyper aware of these things. When people say stuff about me, I see it in their energy field. So it's been kind of curious lately. But just embrace your self empowering thoughts and affirmations instead. And just remember, my energetic being, friends, and guests, that you do have the power to raise your vibrations, frequencies, and to transform your life. Embracing these practices and watch the magic unfold. Your health, spirituality, mental, your mind, and your physicality, your beingness, is going to flourish, blossom like a lotus, if you will. Just know you've got this. And just know that everything is made of energy, and energy is neither created nor destroyed, it's just transformed. And that all things already exist in an energetic and vibrational state. So just recognizing this truth is kind of the secret to manifestation. So when you desire something, it really belongs, or it already belongs to you on another energetic plane or dimension. And our heart desires, the heart wishes, the heart feels. So if you can experience that energy, the feeling of it, that's when you possess it, you magnetize it. Persist, if you can, in this feeling sensation, in this potent energy. I always go back to the joy molecules myself and observe as it morphs from wave to particle. It transitions. Maybe you can see that in your eye, from the ethereal energy to a tangible matter. So feel the reality of what you want. Stay in that tone, that feeling frequency, until you actually see it in your reality, visualizing it. And again, being in the season of Leo, what all our hearts desires is unique and individual to each and every one of us. And the sun is shining upon us all in all different arenas. Venus retrograde off on holiday. So we're kind of revisiting what our heart desires to really open up to, possibly in the past. So it's time to kind of reframe that and also reword it into something that your heart really desires in your future self, and bring it into this self now. And also, it's time to join the Witcher's Way to Manifestation. Join the wait list. I'm, again, still nipping and tucking away at the ebook. But the beta is going to launch soon. But the base key to manifesting is being authentic to what our heart truly desires. Our heart, not the world outside of us that we've kind of been brainwashed into. This is the wishing well, it's the wishing tree, to raise our energy frequency vibration to the wish, to the dream. And really wrapping our mind around the unknown, the limitless, the endless, unfamiliar, possibilities opening up our heart to actually receive the dream, accept the wish, and believe in the dream to come true, and raise yourself to that frequency so you attract that vibration. Allow spirit to be the anchor, the guide, and feel your capabilities to really commit to a new way of being and really initiate a course correction, if you will, or a course of action that's really in alignment with your heart's resonance field. The manifestation becomes real when we are in vibrational alignment, and the universe is always moving us. For me, it's always a big move. But if you can imagine it and visualize it and hold the tone of it to come into this current reality, a current reality, the first week of the season of the sun, that is the divine pour of loving ourselves, where we can really raise our personal love quotient for ourselves. So that was kind of a lot. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you like my new email system here, but I will see you on the other side, at least on some of my live shows and whatnot. Be sure to check out my podcast. I think that's all I have to talk about. The Sacred Leo Circle Meditation and the Musing Moon Meditation is coming out soon too. So, Ashe, blessings as always. Thanks for listening. Make it a great 24th of July if you're in Utah. Oh, I guess there is one other thing. There's a few actually. I'm doing cowrie shell divinations at Crohn's Hollow in Salt Lake City, Utah on Thursdays, only from noon to 4 in person if you need that. And also I'm going to be doing the Gift and Purpose event again, September 30th, 2 p.m. That's a Saturday. I do have that link still working. Don't watch the video. I've got to update that. So again, I'll see you on the other side. Ashe, thanks for tuning in. Blessings. Wee.
Yeah, and art's very important because that's an expression of, like what you said, of what's on the inside. And we need to cultivate that. We live in a society that's very logic-based, which is okay. I'm very grounded in the logic. I like to have proof behind what's there, but I also have an understanding of, the spirit and divine and the creativity. And it really is a balance of both of them. Because if you're too spirit, life's aloof, maybe you don't pay the bills and you become disconnected with this physical world. Like I said, we're incarnating in these physical bodies. And